everyone. I'm going to make a birthday card, but I'm going to use this little popcorn because I think it's adorable. It's two separate stamp sets. This one I've got all my little pieces, parts stuck with it because I stamped a bunch of the little individual popcorns and fussy cut them. I'm terrible at that, but the more I do it, I'm getting better. So there's that. The stamp set is by Pretty Cute Stamps, and it's called Snack Time. These are adorable. Got a little pizza, a little pop, and a little popcorn, and then you have individual popcorns. You have 3 little hearts, which I didn't get back in their right spot, it doesn't look like. And then the sentiments are, I love you to pizzas. You stole a pizza of my heart. Any way you slice it, you're the best. Pop. I hope your day is soda lightful. You are soda amazing. Poppin By To Say. What's poppin'? I love you. Glad you popped by. And Snack Time. I'm going to use the Poppin By To Say on the front. And then on the inside, from one of those little stamp sets that I got from Joanne Fabric, I'm going to use this Happy Birthday. Because why not? I need to put these little guys in sleeves and stick them in my little binder thing that I use. I'm using a standard, what did I do with my white one? There it is. I'm using a standard A2 size card base, and as you can see, I got individual popcorns. One I have popped up on a foam piece. Me and words. Goodness sakes, come back here. And then I have 3 different tubs of popcorn. I'm going to put one of them on the inside. I have 4 different. And then I'm going to put 1 or 2 little pieces of individual popcorn on the inside. This one I popped up on foam as well. It's going to go on the outside. Let's get those guys out of the way. But I have a standard A2 size card base. It's a top folding, so it is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Then on the inside, I'm going to have 2 mats. One is 4 by 5 3/8, and I may need to cut that one down a little bit. I think I do. And then the second one is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So it'll be a white piece that goes on there. And then on the outside, I have 2. One is cut at 4 by 5 3/8, and the second one is cut at 3 3/4 by 5 1/8. I'm going to go ahead and put this white and green together for the inside, and then I'll stamp, because I'm going to use my stamp positioner. And I say use whatever adhesive you feel like using. I use kind of a combination. Come on now. Oh my goodness. We've been getting a lot of rain here this past week. We had tornadic weather yesterday and the day before, and I was at the doctor day before yesterday and came out of the doctor's office at little after 4, and it was so dark that it literally looked like nighttime. And it was over in an area that when we have tornadic weather, it always hits that area. I don't know why, it just does. Moore, Oklahoma has been hit by more severe tornadoes in the last decade than I think anywhere else in Oklahoma. And they've been devastating tornadoes. I want it out of there quick. So I started to leave there, and my tire pressure monitoring light came on. I have 2 different ones. One is a tire pressure monitoring, And then there's another tire pressure monitoring light that has 2 parentheses and an exclamation mark in between. Both of those came on. And I was like, what in the world? So I went up to 7-Eleven. Did I put that on straight? Something doesn't look right. Maybe it's just my eyeballs. Anyway, I went to 7-Eleven, got out, and I had been telling my husband for a long time I needed a tire pressure gauge for my car. So he had gotten me one. I got it out and got out of the car and was out of the car, I don't know, about 30 seconds when the skies opened up and it started pouring. I was drenched. Well, needless to say, I put air in my tire. I got on the highway to come home because I was several miles from where I live. And it came on again. I was a few miles onto the highway and it came on again. I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding. Come on, no. Please let me get home. Well, I had to get off the highway and put more air in my tire. And I couldn't, because it was raining, I couldn't tell, what was in the tire or if anything was, something had to be wrong with the tire. So I called my husband several times and talked with him while all this was going on. Me and the tire were fighting. And when I got off the highway, I had to stop every couple of miles and put air in my tire just to get me back home. And I was so frustrated that I still needed to go to the grocery store. I still needed to pick up dinner or get something to cook for dinner or something. My husband said, no, come on home, and then, I'll pull the tire off, and we can either go get dinner together, and I'll take you to the store, or you can take the truck, or, something. So I came home. I said, do you want me to put it in the garage, or what do you want me to do? And he said, yeah, put it in the garage, because we have, hail and stuff coming. And I said, okay, so of course, I didn't want to get his truck out if we were going to get hail. I mean, if we didn't want the car hailed on, we certainly wouldn't want the truck either. So I waited, and storm blew through. He went out, took my tire off. I don't know how, but the tip of a pair of scissors, I don't know where I picked them up at. It had to have been that day, and it had to have been over on that side of town, because otherwise it would have happened on my way over there. But about that much of a pair of scissors, both blades of the scissors, literally like this much, was in my tire at an angle. Don't have any idea where that came from, because I took the highway over there, and it was just a few miles off the highway that the doctor's office was. So with all of the flooding and stuff we had going on over that few days, probably just washed up from somewhere. Anyway, he was able to fix my tire, but that was so frustrating because it was pouring rain and I was a drenched rat by the time I got home. I was literally soaking wet. So, it's a good thing I don't mind the rain. But we were able to fix it, no big deal. Let's see. I'll put that guy down like that. And this card is not going to have a whole lot on it. Yeah, it's just not. Come back here, you. It's probably going to be one of my most plain cards, but I am trying to learn how to do masculine cards. I know that sounds silly, but I'm not the only one that has issues making masculine cards. And I don't even know so much that it's that I have issues, it's that it's abnormal for me. Let's see. Come here, you. I don't know why I don't have my tweezers out. Oh my. Oh goodness. Yeah, this doctor that I saw had ordered some current MRIs of my thoracic and lumbar spine. And it wasn't as good as I had hoped, but, I have osteoporosis, so it just is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and stick this guy down, too. But I learned a great deal, and that's always a positive, And there are things that can be done, so that's hopeful. It's scary, but it's hopeful. Because when you're messing with the spine, I don't know, it just doesn't, there's no easy answer when it comes to messing with the spine. But God has carried me this far in my life. He's not going to let me go now. These little individual popcorns, I put Winkostella on, and I think I'm going to put more on the popcorn that's in the container. Come on, you. Get off. There we go. Messy popcorn. Let's see, Winkostella. Cute. I love this little stamp set. But I'm kind of dorky like that. I like little punny type sentiments. I think they're cute. And I was on the phone with my son the other day, and I had sent him a card. He went to get his mail. He said he saw his apartment address, and then he saw our address, which, was his address the biggest majority of his life. And he said, wait a minute. And it took a minute for it to register. And he said, did you send me a card? I said, well, of course I sent you a card. But, that's nice every now and then, just because. Which, I have found that as far as card making goes, I enjoyed that more than making cards, for a specific purpose, like birthdays and things like that. I enjoy the, hey, I'm thinking of you just because. Do I want to do this at an angle? Because they'd be different. No, I guess I'll do it straight on. So I can get my fingers under the door. Yeah, I enjoy sending cards to people just because, just a, hey, I'm thinking of you and I hope you're having a good day type thing. And I firmly believe that people appreciate that. I don't know why this stamp set, see that dot on that B? That is on this stamp set, and I don't know why it's like that. It's been like that since I've had it. Now, it wasn't worth taking the stamp set back, but because I can just use one of my fine line Sharpies. There's one comedian that I like to watch who is a ventriloquist. His name is Jeff Dunham. If you guys have not seen his content, you have got to see it. That man is so funny. Oh my goodness, so funny. And his dolls, as he calls them, are so stinking cute. He's got one that's a grumpy old man, and he's just funny. To me, he's just real funny. Anyway, I was watching him the other day, and I was giggling, and the bad part was, it was in the middle of the night. My husband was trying to sleep, and I wasn't giggling out loud. It was one of those silent giggles. But he got up to go to the bathroom, and I was giggling when he came back. He said, "What are you giggling about?" And I do hope it stops soon. I said, "It will stop soon, because you have to go back to sleep." And I showed him, and then he got kind of caught up in watching it, and I said, "Wait a minute now, you need to go back to sleep." Go back to sleep. Anyway, the guy is funny. Let's see. Let's use that one. And I won't need that because I'm going to pop it up on foam. I'll have to cut it down, but that's no big deal. Just Poppin By To Say. Guess I should put it right side up, huh? And then do I want to go around the edge of it with any color or... Didn't think about that. Whoops, I just dropped my baby wipe. And I need to quit being so heavy-handed, because it's not necessary to smash your stamps down into your ink. And I do that regularly. I don't know why. Should I put a piece of popcorn on that? Sure, why not? Maybe we'll do a couple of them. Now I feel like it needs a little one too. This is how my stuff grows. It's because I start out with something simple, and before I know it, I have made it way more complicated than it needed to be. I didn't get that stuck down very well. Let's leave it like that. I need to scrub these stamps too on my stamp scrubber. I mean, I only have like 4 or 5 of them now. I know, ridiculous. I have a tendency to be ridiculous. Then I'm just going to use a little yellow Prismacolor pencil. Maybe. That's what I can use around the edges, a yellow. Or a red even. Let's see. That's cute. Oh, should I round the corners? These are decisions I probably should have made before getting ink. There. Now it kind of looks like a sign. Get this out of the way. I just got ink on something else that I didn't like ink on. Goodness. Messy much? Messy Bessie. That's alright, I have fun making those messes. Phooey. This is too long right here. It's better. If I can get it unstuck from my fingers. At least we know it's good foam tape. It sticks to everything. Come on. Thank you. Let's put this on an angle. I'm going to get those Nuvo pens that are like the Winka Stella. I've heard people say they like it a lot better. It's more shimmery, which this one's pretty dang shimmery, but I'd like to try it anyway. So there we go. It's a cute birthday card for a man. And I know who I'm sending it to. Cute, right? And simple. What do you guys think? Be sure to let me know. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with me. I certainly appreciate it. I hope you all have a great day and a glorious tomorrow. Bye, guys.